All right, guys. So let's look at new assignments. I'm gonna try to do more project based. So let's go ahead and get started with this 3-2 assignment. Now you're gonna see 3-1 and 3-2. That's just because at the beginning of this, I want to hit on a few things. Right here, you're gonna see your chapter 3-1 worksheet. This first part, make sure, all right, simply that you answer the questions right here. Make sure everything is in your own words. You are more than welcome to use Google to research, but I want everything to be answered in your own words. If you copy and paste anything, it will result in an automatic zero. All right, you're just going to answer a few things about business cards. All right, make sure you use this link to your favor. Right, if you look, everything, all of these questions will come directly from it. I only gave you about 5 questions right here for this chapter 3-1. So don't overthink it. Jump into that, and let's go from there. Okay. So what you're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close that out. If we're looking at the guide sheet, all right, close all these out. We don't need it. If you're looking at the guide sheet, as you can see, is already posted right here. What you're going to want to do, the first thing you're going to click right here and then click on the folder. And when you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to notice it's got all of these files here for you. Okay. So let's go ahead and simply open this file. And when you click download, it's going to pop up in this bottom left hand corner. All right. Let's see if I can close that. There we go. And once it is done downloading, you can double click right there and you are good to go. Now, while we're at it, let's go ahead and open up these other options. So I'm going to go back to Chrome. I'm going to hit the back arrow here. And now I want to make sure that I download these as well. Okay. I'm going to get that out of the way. All right. So I'm going to click download. All right. So we've got that one. And once more, we are going to download. And you're going to see you've got both of those that will pop up down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back, and we're going to jump back into InDesign. So this is what it pops up with when you first doing that, all right? And what you'll notice is right here, you've got the guides and everything like that. All right, if you just simply press W, all right, this is our normal mode right here where you can see the guides, everything like that. And then when you press that, all right, that is what it gives you as like a print preview. That is what it would look like. All right, so all you have to do is press the W key on your keyboard, and that toggles back and forth between your normal mode and then like your print preview mode. All right, so that gives you an idea of kind of what things will look like. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about if we want to add. All right, go back. If we want to zoom in here, you can hold Command and plus, and it allows you to kind of go in and out there. So I zoom in here, but I want to place one of those files. So what I want to do is I want to go File and Place. This is the same way we would insert if we want to insert an image. And now I'm going to go under Recents or Downloads, and there we go. And I want to find the one I want, and let's see. I want to start off with, I'm going to go with this one right here. So I'm going to click open. Now what you're going to see, it pops up in places, and it places really nicely because, all right, it is that InDesign file. All right, so to start with, I'm going to grab my selection tool, this one up here. All right, and unlike last time, let's see, if we grab it like this, you're going to see if I grab in the corner, you see it won't be proportional. If I hit Command Z to undo something. Now, if I go down the corner and I'm going to hold the Shift key, and now I move it, all right, you can notice it is moving proportional, but it's still giving me trouble, right? So what we want to make sure we do, all right, we're going to come over here, all right, and we're going to actually choose the free transform tool, all right? So with that, we want to make sure, all right, that we grab it. Once again, we're going to hold shift, and as we transform that, right, it transforms it down to the size that we want. Now what you're going to notice, because of how this is set up, we've already got that formatting done, and this shows that we're going to have this margin, right, this area from the side into that it gives us, okay, and we're going to actually see how that lines up. That green light pops up, boom, it pops into the corner. All right, and now if we wanted to drag it back out, once again we can hold shift, and it's going to have it stayed locked up there in that corner. Right, that is the easy way to move that into the desired position there. Okay, now if you notice on that, it's going to show to on the website. It tells you to use the selection tool. However, it's not. You know, if we were to try to make it bigger, you're going to see these issues where it's wanting to do that. Now, we can do that, and then you could move this around. That is one option. However, I find it easier, honestly, to use that free transform tool and kind of go from there. Okay, I'm gonna hit Command D. Oh, that didn't do it. It's a different shortcut. All right, so I'm gonna click off after I fix that back into space. You can see how I lost the edge there. Right. So back to my free transform. Sorry, guys. And there we go. So we're there where we want it. And now what we want to do, let's go ahead and start talking about the text here. So with our selection tool, or you can go over here and go to your type tool. We can come over here and we can start to change things that we want. So what I want you guys for this one, instead of typing in what they have, just go ahead and I want you guys to put your name. All right. And job title for you guys can just put student. And then what you notice here, I accidentally deleted some of that. So make sure as you do that, you don't delete any of that formatting. All right, so be careful selecting that. So there we go. Goes with long teacher. You guys can add a phone number for the school here. So if you want to look that up and add that in there. All right, as you can see though, all of this already has formatting set up. What I want you guys to go ahead and do for this one as well, add the address for the school. So if I'm going to go to Google on a separate computer, let's see, Crescent High School. All right, and we need the address. And so for the high school, let's go ahead. We got 9104. And for this sake, if you want to, instead of spelling out highway, you can put highway 81, and it's convenient. We've already got the S there. 81 South, period. And then let's go ahead and add this up, all right? Iva, South Carolina, 29655. And now add your school email here. So in this case, I'm going to add mine, longjay at acsd3.org. And we're going to add the school's website as well, just to have some fun with it, right? acsd3.org, right? And now let's add Crescent's name here. Why not, right? And so Crescent High School description. For this one, I'm actually just going to use what that is. All right, so pride, purpose, passion, and that could have be what this would look like. And let's go ahead while we're here. Add the telephone numbers that are correctly in here: 352-6175, 526750. And this is what it would look like if we were to start to do this. And then simply, if we wanted to actually use this, we could use this and add a CPAW instead. All right, so that is what your front looks like. If you notice, it's already got that formatting here. That is why everything is already spaced out. However, right, if we wanted to change, let's say I wanted my name to be bigger or anything like that, by highlighting this, I can go in here and change different things by going under this properties panel. Maybe I want it to be thicker or smaller, or maybe I want this to be like that, however, and this to be smaller, right? And so by simply going in there and changing that, you can change the type, all right? That's more like a teacher font. Maybe I think mine's too bold now that the other one's too thin. I don't really have an option not to, right? But you have all these different options. So I want you guys to kind of play around with that. All right, I want to see at least 2 different fonts on this. I want all of this to be filled out correctly. And then just kind of have a little bit of fun. All right, now that's a lot of the different ways you can change, all right, and style your text there, all right, and kind of edit that. There's a lot that you can do over here in the properties panel. So for example, if I thought the top of this wanted to be aligned in the center, all right, a lot of this I can play around right here. You can see you've got all kinds of stuff you can play with right here. We also can look at how much space we want between items. All right, how much space we want between our letters. That refers to a word called kerning. All right. So these are all different things you want to refer to. All right. So go ahead because I'm going to follow some of the steps here. All right. What I want you guys to do is like select your name and we're going to press the, let's see, all caps button. And so what that refers to is the button down here, right here. If we click this, you see more options pop up. If we click this, it's going to make it all caps, or we can make it like that. We can make it smaller, subscript, superscript, all of those different things, underline it. Let's make it, oh, not subscript, but we're going to make it all caps just like that. All right. And just kind of see how that looks. Play with it. I'm going to put things back where I want them. So if we wanted it offset, how things are set up, how it makes logical sense. In this case, it sets it up for you. However, this is not normally done automatically for you. Okay. Now let's go ahead and look. If you scroll down, you've got the back of the card. Now what you're going to do now is, now that we have this section selected, right, this area, you can see it's automatically filled in. Okay, so what we want to do, let's go ahead and choose a different color. Now what we want to do, if we want to match the color, I'm going to actually use my eyedropper tool here. Right, you see how I'm going to say okay. Okay. Now, if we want to add that down here, we can see, as I just did, boom, we've got that color in. I just dropped it in there. It allows me to place that eyedropper, that color in there that is already selected. All right. So now, if I want to do that next place, if we remember, we're going to go to File and Place. And if we wanted to, now we need the white logo, right? So we're going to click OK. We're going to drop it in here. Oh, that might be the same one as before. So let's Command Z that. My bad. We don't want that one. We want the other one. So File, Place. Let's get the logo color. All right, which one do we have? Right here. There we go. And so now that we have that one, remember, all right, I'm going to delete that one, hit delete key. All right, I'm going to, as you can see, I've already placed it in there. If I wanted to shrink it down, I could. Let me go back a little bit. All right, let's do File, and I like to place it out here. And you can see I had both. Place it out here. If you need to, hit Command Z to go back. But now I'm going to use this placeholder tool, and I'm going to move it over here to the middle. I'm going to hold the Shift key to shrink it down sizably, and then you can see those guides automatically pop up when I have it centered, and boom, the back is done. I can simply click off, and that is good. So let's hit W. That is what the back will look like. That is what the front. It actually looks pretty professional. Maybe we decide we want to move this over. All right, so we want to select and move it, all right, to be centered there. All right, different things you want to make sure. However, if we go back to W, you can see where we got rid of that to not make that allowed. So different things, get to this point, and then what I want you guys to do is change it to show me that you can get to this window. All right, I'm gonna click off of that so that goes away, and then hit Command minus and take and submit a screenshot. Command Shift 4. All right, and take a screenshot just like this. That'll show me your name, that you have two different fonts, and that you have filled all this information out. That is what you guys have for 3-2. Now, before you log off, make sure what you do, because I know this is generally an issue, make sure you click File, Save As. All right, and what you're going to want to do is save this to your desktop. So name this 3-2 or business card template, whatever you want to do, and you're going to save this to your desktop by clicking Save. All right, and that way, when we pick up, if we pick up from this or another spot, you are good to go from there. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.